Hey guys, what's going on? HomieDrew here. Today we're going to be checking out Swordbreaker Origins. This is published by Sometimes You and developed by Ducats Games Studio. Was released on the marketplace on 5/4/2023. It's currently on the marketplace for $9.99. Today we're going to be checking this out on the Xbox Series X. Again, my name is HomieDrew. Can be found at twitch.tv/HomieDrew. Also on YouTube as HomieDrew. Let's go ahead and dive in here and check it out, see what it's all about. Again, Swordbreaker Origins. And let me actually just put the game sound on. Hear that? Okay. Audio looks fine and perfect. All right. So we're at the main menu here. So let's just take a look. We got new game, continue. Obviously, what's this? NG and God mode. So new game and God mode. Immortality made to unlock, complete the game for any 3 endings. Okay, so it looks like there's 3 different endings. There's a map, gallery, settings, and credits. Let's see here. Map. Okay. Not gonna worry about that right now. Gallery, looks like there's some unlockables. Credits we're not going to worry about. Let's dive into the settings. Let's check it out. I can show... Oh, okay. Sorry, misread that. All right, English language. Yep, font options. Roll, scroll, yes. I don't know what that means. Just gonna tweak the audio here. It looks okay. Let me just... Let me know about the audio. We'll just go with that for now. It's a little bit loud. Let me just go back to what it was. We'll just leave it on the default. Right, let's go ahead and dive in here.
A Swordbreaker, the mysterious adventurer that one day shaped the fate of the abandoned castle. But how?
Right,
did he save the princess? Did he become the Dark Lord? Or has he stolen the Lord's gem? What do we know about the Swordbreaker at all? Who is he, and how did he get his nickname? This story will tell you about the time when a naive boy...
I'm gonna have to adjust the sound. I can hear it's really quiet. I can barely hear it myself.
He would have to face his fate at a young age. And who knows if he become that same man known for his adventures in the castle, or if totally different ones awaits him. It all began in his home village of Sunny Hills, where he spent
Just bear with me a moment here, guys. We'll get the sound fixed in a moment. Alright, so let's see here. Show statistics in the map. Read the story. Hide UI. Alright, choose your way. So it's kind of like a, looks like a choose your own adventure type thing. It's not letting me do the sound yet. Alright, as soon as it'll allow me to do the sound, I'll adjust that. Daniel heard. Your food is ready. Come home quick, his mother calls sternly. Coming, ma'am. The boy shouted back from some bushes. Danny climbed out of a bush near the neighboring house, waved goodbye to his... Okay. Hold on a second. Let's see. Settings. Might have to do... Let's see. Let me know if that's a little bit better on the sound, guys. It's a lot louder. Alright, so let's see here. Hero, killer, coward. So it looks like I'm thinking based on how we play, the traits will change probably. Let's go back here. Alright, wave goodbye to his why? Oh, Okay, so let's pull this up here. Waved goodbye to his friends and went into his house. His family wasn't rich, but his family wasn't what? Oh, that's a T. Okay, wasn't rich, but his mother's income was enough for a normal life. They also had a garden where they grew crops, so the Herd family had a lot of things to take care of. Daniel had no father. He died. Daniel had no father. He died. His father was a soldier in King Sluffin's army and was mortally wounded in the first attack of the Mingals. The boy never saw him, and it made him feel sad at times. Eat your lunch and go to school, his mother said. What should Daniel answer? Option 1, choice 1, why do I have to go to school? Or all right, mother. So hold on, let me just, I want to see if we can, oh, I hit the wrong button.
Swordbreaker. What do we know of this?
I actually want to change the font, I think, if it'll allow me. Go back here. Let's see if there's a little bit easier one to read. It's a little bit tough to read. Roba or Philosopher, is that any better? Let's see here, font. Yeah, it's a little bit more bold. It's not the best looking font, but let's see here. That one's okay. So from like an accessibility standpoint, I think that's cool that they give you the option of different fonts. I think we're doing Philosopher. It's a little bit okay, right? A little bit easier to read. Right here, so let's see. So what do we want him to say? Why do I have to go to school, or all right, mother? I mean, I feel like a typical kid response would be like, why do I have to go to school? Let's do that. All right, why do I have to go to school? Asked the boy. Why do you have to? His mother was surprised. All children go to school to become smart. But I want to be a soldier like my dad, Danny said sadly. Sorry, I lost my place here. Oh, all in good time, son. When you grow up, you'll decide for yourself what you want to serve in the army or become a farmer, his mother said. Look, Uncle Tom is a fat, well-to-do farmer. He has his own herd of sheep and cows, and they bring him a lot of money. Wouldn't you like to be like him? His mother insisted. Danny didn't really want to be a fat farmer and mess around in manure, but he didn't say anything. Alright, continue. Alright, let's continue. Daniel heard, your food is ready. Come home quick, his mother called sternly. Oh wait, did it go back? Did I hit the wrong button? That was weird, I don't know what happened there. Why does it keep... Did I hit the wrong prompt? Maybe I hit the wrong prompt. I hit that, right? Hold on a second. Continue. Okay, so I think it's telling me I did the wrong prompt. So alright, let's do... I guess we're gonna agree. Alright, mother. Okay, so there's certain... Looks like there's certain prompts that it wants you to do, right? So that's why it brought me back. What's going on, Let's Maybe? How you doing? Welcome on in. Let's see here. So we're just checking this game out. It's called Swordbreaker Origins. Alright, so Danny ate his lunch and left the house. He walked down to the village street toward school. He didn't want to go to school, but his mother insisted on it. When he was far enough away from home, he suddenly had an idea. Maybe he could skip school and seek some adventures in the forest. So should he go to school or go to the forest? Let's go to school. And if you guys are just coming in, welcome on in. Hello, Sir Khaled. We're going to be testing out a different giveaway bot this time, so let me just make sure you guys are... I do have a program what we're going to try. Okay, so it is entering you guys. I do see you showing up, so we'll try that out, and we'll see how it goes. If not, we'll figure it out. Let's see here. So when the boy reached his school, he opened the door and sat down at his desk. The teacher said something about letters and the alphabet, but he wasn't very interested. All his thoughts were about the future. He wanted to grow up as soon as possible. After the class is finished and when all the students and the teacher left the classroom, Danny stayed behind and saw that there was a strange black book on the teacher's desk. Should he take it or not? No, I don't think you should. Alright, Daniel decided not to touch the strange book. He hated reading because he reads by syllables. It probably didn't contain any valuable information to him. The boy went back home. Okay. So 3 years passed. Daniel grew up. He still wanted to become a soldier. However, now he was worried about one thing, whether he wanted to be a soldier in the Royal Army, or a free warrior. Wait, hold on. Let me go. Can I go back? I think I missed more. Alright, one summer day, a Rangwen enlistment officer arrived in Sunny Hills. He stopped at the tavern, got off his horse, and rang the bell to gather the people for an announcement. When they finally gathered around him, the officer unfolded a scroll with a seal. In the name of King Stefan, I command all young men between the ages of 20 and 25 to be drafted into the army for 5 years. The mobilization is being carried out due to the increased activity of the Imperial troops on our western borders. The men must arrive at the barracks in Rangwen within 10 days. Those who decided to dodge the draft will be hanged for treason. The officer read. After that, his assistants handed out draft cards to all the men who fit the requirements. Danny realized that this was the moment to make a difficult choice in his life. Should he go to Rangwen or try to escape into the woods? Or maybe he should ask the officer a silly question. So should he join the army, escape to the forest, or ask a silly question? Well, he should probably escape. Let's see here. Alright. So Danny decided to become a free adventurer and not to serve the king. He gathered up his belongings and went into the forest. It was the forest near his village. The trees rose high into the sky, and there were bushes with bright berries all around. The young man walked for a long time until he got tired. He decided to camp for the night, so he built a fire and made a small shelter out of some tree branches. He noticed a mushroom under a tree. I hope it's edible. So he noticed a mushroom under the tree. I hope it's edible, Daniel said out loud. Should he eat the mushroom raw, cook it over the fire, or should he just go to sleep? Or maybe he should take the mushroom with him. He should probably cook the mushroom, I think. So he could either eat the mushroom, cook the mushroom, go to sleep, or take it. Let's cook it. It's probably the healthiest, because we don't know if it's going to have, like, psychedelic effects or anything, right? Alright, so Daniel picked the suspicious mushroom, poked a stick through it, and began to fry it. Suddenly, the mushroom started to stink. We can actually... Okay, so we don't need to fully open it up every time. We can just scroll through. I didn't realize we could scroll through it. Poked a stick through it and began to fry it. Suddenly, the mushroom started to stink horribly. Danny didn't pay attention at first, but within a minute, the young man started to have breathing problems. Uh-oh. His lungs contracted for the last time and stopped. He helplessly tried to draw in a single breath, but failed. Right, continue. So he cooked it up, and he's having some breathing issues, it looks like. Alright, so Danny decided to become a free adventurer and not to serve the king. He gathered up his belongings and went into the forest. It was the forest near his house. Oh, I guess we missed... Okay, so I guess we messed up the prompt. Alright, so the cooking didn't work, right? So let's do... Should he eat it? Let's do take the mushroom. Alright, Daniel took the mushroom and put it in his pocket. Now we can go to sleep. Alright, let's continue. So it looks like it's kind of a choose-your-own-adventure in a sense, but there's certain ones that needed to progress where you have to pick it seems like. Okay. And there's also, as I mentioned, it looks like there's 3 endings is what it was saying, so there's going to be multiple endings. In any comprehensible situation, go to sleep. Danny remembered Uncle Tom's words. Okay? The old forest swayed in the night, and the crickets chirped steadily, lulling Daniel to sleep. The young man crawled into his shelter, curled up, and fell asleep. In the middle of the night, Daniel was awakened by a loud cracking sound of a branch somewhere near his shelter. He grabbed his sword. Should he climb out of his shelter to the fire, sit quiet? Climb out of his shelter to the fire, sit quietly, or scream. So here's a breaking branch. I think I want to do. Well, screaming doesn't really do anything. Sit quiet. I think we should have him climb out. We'll go with climb out. Alright. Danny sprang out of his shelter and ran to the fire. Suddenly, 3 wolves came out of the bushes. Uh-oh. They surrounded him and growled fearlessly. Daniel broke out in a cold sweat, but he didn't lose his temper. What should he do? Throw a burning stick at one of them, slash one of them with a sword, or try to climb a tree? What do you guys think? Should we throw a burning stick, slash with a sword, or climb a tree? Well, I think I'm kind of leaning towards slash with a sword. What do you guys think? Let me know. I'm thinking either a burning stick or the slash with a sword. Should we fight these wolves, or should we throw a burning stick to kind of fend them off? So it's kind of like defensive, offensive, and I guess climbing a tree would be defensive. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? 1, 2, or 3? Let me know. 2? Okay. Anyone else? What do you guys? Any other people? Anyone else? Let's go with number 2. Let's slash with a sword. We'll go with that. Alright, so Danny swung his sword at one of the wolves. However, he didn't kill it, but only wounded it. Okay, so he didn't kill it, but he wounded, which is good. Danny had no more chances. The angry wolves rushed at the young man and tore him apart with their sharp hands. Ooh. Brutal. Alright, so that wasn't the right way to do it. Alright, so we don't want to... So that didn't work. What about maybe we try throw a burning stick? We'll go with that, right? Alright, so Danny grabbed one of the burning sticks and threw it at the wolf standing in front of him. The wolf's fur caught fire instantly. He started to whine and quickly ran away into the bushes. Whoops. I mean, hey, that's what I was thinking, right? Like, wouldn't you want to attack them to defend yourself? Because they're not like, they're gonna come after you, I think, right? Grabbed one of the burning sticks and threw it at the wolf standing in front of them. The wolf's fur caught fire instantly. He started to whine and quickly ran away into the bushes. But the other two, so one ran off, but the other 2 wolves were already attacking the boy from behind and from the side, greedily tearing chunks of flesh from him. He didn't have time to fight them off. Well, alright. You've been a hero, so it looks like we died. Scenes open, 10 out of... Okay, so wow, there's a lot of scenes. 620 scenes. 3 out of 217 death scenes, okay. I don't know if it's going to start for us from the beginning. Okay, so it looks like it starts you back at the beginning. Interesting.
A swordbreaker.
That's why we're just not fast for us. So we know the basics.
Story, and it all began in his...
Alright, so we probably should have played it safe, I'm assuming, right? Alright, so we have to agree here. Alright, mother, I remember this. Okay. This is a different one. think I hit a different prompt, that's why. Okay. So, let's see. Come what may, the boy thought and ran to the direction of the forest. The tall trees rustled noisily in the wind. The strange berry bushes growing between the trees beckoned to Danny. He found a path that led off into the distance. Should he eat the berries, go along the path, or go in the opposite direction from the path? Let's see here. Let's go along the path. Eyes itchy there. The brave boy, not even knowing what kind of berries they were, began to devour them. I didn't pick that. Devour them with gusto. They were very sweet, and Daniel just couldn't stop. After an hour, he felt some whirling sensation in his stomach. He didn't feel so well, so he ran quickly. So he ran home quickly, not to soil his trousers. Okay. So 2 years passed. Daniel grew up. He still wanted to become a soldier. However, now he was worried about one thing, whether he wanted to be a soldier in the Royal Army or a free warrior. One summer... okay, so now we're getting back to kind of where we were, right? Where the berry one was near, though. So let's go ahead and we're going to do Escape into the Forest, which we did before. Alright, so we already did some of these. Yeah, he was having trouble breathing. And then now... Here we did, I think we took the mushroom. So we're going to take the mushroom again. Okay. Continue. Let's see here. And then climbed out. I think this was all right so far, right? Alright, so here we go. So we tried slashing. That didn't work. And then we tried to throw the stick. And then they devoured us. Let's climb a tree. So we gotta be a little bit defensive here, it looks like. Alright, so here we go. So climb the tree. Danny thought... Hold on one second. Alright, let's see. Danny thought and jumped on the nearest pine tree. He climbed on a branch and started catching his breath. The wolves below were snarling viciously and keeping their eyes on him. It was a dumb idea. What should I do now? The boy scolded himself, looking down at the wolves. Several new desperate ideas appeared in his head. Should he throw some pine cones at the wolves, wait till they go away, or maybe hurl his sword at them? Well, okay. So throwing the sword's not gonna do anything. Then they're just gonna. I think they're just gonna look at it, right? And then he loses his defensive mechanism, right? He can't use it to defend himself. I don't like that option. Throw a mushroom. I don't think that's gonna do anything. Throw pine cones. I don't know if that's gonna do anything. Let's wait. I think we should just wait. I think eventually they'll get tired, maybe, and kind of walk away. Alright, let's see here. So Daniel decided to wait. If the wolves would give up trying to eat him and find new prey, he was sitting on a branch and looking down apprehensively. He didn't have even the slight idea that the branch could break under his weight. Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. Because if he's on a branch that's not completely weight, that makes sense. And that's exactly what happened. The branch snapped, and Danny fell screaming. Oh god, this guy's not having any luck. He fell near the tree, hit his head on the ground, and lost his consciousness. It was then the wolves ate their prey, so they ate him. All right, well, that didn't work out. All right, so let's. Where was this again? Was this where he jumped out of the? Okay, so let's do maybe if he throws the sword. I don't know. Let's try that. All right, so Daniel swung the sword and hurled it at one of the three wolves. The blade sliced through the animal's body, and the wolf went still. The remaining two wolves came closer to the tree and growled. What should I do now? Well, now that he doesn't have a sword. Danny asked himself, I'm trying not to panic. All I have left to do is jump down and grab my sword. Should Daniel jump on the wolf near the sword or the one further from it? Why would he... So should he jump on the nearest wolf or the wolf further from the sword? Well, obviously the one near the sword, I think, right? So then let's do the nearest wolf. He's got to be able to grab the sword, right? If he's far away, he can't... There's no point. He can't defend himself. Alright, Daniel braced himself and leaped down on the wolf that was close to his sword. However, he failed in his calculations and fell with his back landing on his own... He fell with his back landing on his own sword. Eesh. Alright, the blunt hilt of the sword pierced his back and came out of his chest. Oof. Alright, so he died. I didn't get far there. Alright.
A sword
again
what
here.
do we know? This
Well
story
done.
and who knows? It
Brutal.
all began in
Alright, let's see. Continue. Alright, mother. Alright, let's go to the forest. It's the berries. We're gonna just go along the path. Okay. Continue. Alright, let's do escape into the forest. Rip, yeah, right. I think we took the mushroom here. Let's take the mushroom. I think we're not getting far. Right, let's see here. Climb out. We're gonna climb out. We should probably sit quietly, but let's climb out. Alright. So slashing didn't work. The stick didn't work. Should probably climb. So climb the tree. And throw pine cones. Let's try that. I don't think that's gonna do anything. Die, you bastards! The young man shouted and started furiously throwing pine cones at the walls. He kept throwing the cones at them. Some of them even hit the walls, but it didn't do any good. The wolves became even angry at their unruly prey. Should do something else. Alright. So that's not gonna work. Alright. Throw a mushroom. Let's try it. Maybe that'll like make him freak out psychedelically. Achievement. 10-yard score wolves. Kill the wolves. Alright. Well, Daniel remembered that he had a mushroom. What if I try throwing it? What if I try throwing it into the fire? The young man asked himself. So he took the mushroom out of his pocket, aimed and threw it at the fire. Bullseye. A few seconds later, a thick acrid smoke started coming out of the fire. It was heavy and did not rise high, so it did not reach the young man. The wolves did not suffer long. They were poisoned by the mushroom fumes, and Danny climbed down the tree and wandered further to the forest. Alright, so apparently throwing the mushroom into the fire created this like toxic gas that spewed out and killed the wolves. Alright, continue. Alright. In the morning, Daniel went to a small clearing in the woods and sat down on a stump to take a breather after the long walk. Put your hands up, stranger, Danny heard a man's voice. I'm no threat to you, and I'm ready to have a peaceful talk, he said while putting his hands up. It's not for us to decide. We don't like strangers here. You trespassed the boundary between the territories of the humans and elves of this forest. We'll have to take you to our queen and let her decide your fate, said a man with elven ears wearing beautiful armor who appeared from the thicket. Another guard followed him out. Wow, the queen of the elves will decide my fate. That's an interesting turn of events, guys. I must say, Danny smiled. Shut up and move. The elven guard raised his voice with irritation. Should Danny go to the queen, irritate the guards, or kill them and mind his way? Well, I don't know if we can kill them. Do we still have our sword, right? But I don't really want to go to the queen. Let's try to kill them. I don't think it's gonna work. You know I can't go with you, Danny said. Why is that? The guard asked. Because I decide where I go. The young hero said, and drew his sword. The guards drew their swords and raised their shields. What should we do next? We should fight them. Perform a slide into the guards. I was just kidding. Kick the shield. Yeah, that's gonna do a whole lot. And jump on the shield. So, jumping on the shield is not gonna do anything. Kicking the shield is not gonna do anything. Killing. Let's do a slide, I guess, right? Slide into the guards. Alright. Daniel charged at his opponents, who covered themselves with shields. He wanted to perform a slide and cut off their legs of one of them, but he forgot that he was in the forest. The moss and the grass were not so slippery, so Danny couldn't slide and just absurdly fell on his butt right in front of the guards. They didn't wait for an apology and cut off Danny's head. Yeesh. Alright, that didn't work out. Let's say I was just kidding. Ha 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 ha, I'm just joking with you. Come on, I was just kidding, said Danny and sheathed his sword. Where do we go? Oh, just joking around. I didn't really want to kill you. Alright, they walked with the guards through the forest for quite a while, and they came to an open clearing with a massive tree in the middle. On its boughs, there were small elven houses, platforms, and stairs. The entire glade was covered with elven houses and buildings. This settlement looked as though it came straight from some storybook. Elven guards brought Daniel to a tree and stopped. Report to the queen about the prisoner, said one guard to another. The second guard nodded and went to a passageway in the trees, twisted and tangled roots. A minute later, a girl in a beautiful dress appeared in it. She was so beautiful. Several other guards walked beside her. Greetings, stranger, she said. I'm Queen Xana, the ruler of the Yaliwa, city of the elves, and the whole southern forest. The queen introduced herself hotly. What should Daniel answer her? Should he greet her or goad her? I don't know what goad means. Maybe you should greet her. Greetings, Queen Xana. I'm happy to meet you. My name is Daniel. I came from the village of Sunny Hills in search of adventure. Perhaps I can render some good services to you. Danny bowed courteously to the queen. Well, since you came looking for an adventure, I have a little task for you. If you can help, then I and the whole city will be grateful to you, and you will be able to count on our assistance in the future. The queen said. What's the task? Danny asked. It's a long story, so I won't go into details. I'll make it brief. Our forest is our home and our protection. We live in peace with all the animals, races, and peoples of Dorgan. Elves don't like war, but they're always they don't like war, but we're always ready for it. There are some vampires in the eastern part of the forest. At first, they started attacking animals, but now they've moved on to attack humans and elves. A long time ago, they destroyed all the dendroids in our forest by killing most of the animals. And now the Order of the Long Root was to perform a ritual to summon the spirit of the last dendroid, which could help us defeat the vampires. Your task will be to help the order with everything and protect it from the vampires while they perform their magic rituals. Well, and not disturb them, of course. What do you say to that? Xana gasped out. So, I'll help you. Sorry I can't do this. Spank, Xana. What are the dendroids? Oh my god. Should we spank Xana? I kind of want to see what that does. What do you guys think here? Should we say sorry I can't do this? Spank Xana? Or what are the dendroids? Why is there a fourth option? Oh, sorry. I'll help. Sorry, I missed one. I'll help you. Sorry I can't do this. Spank Xana. Or what are the dendroids? Should we spank her? let's do it. I'm just kind of curious. 3. All right, let's try it. Sounds funny. All right. So Daniel looked at the beautiful queen with fascination. His gaze shifted from her chest to her hips, and at one point, the young man couldn't help but slap Xana's bottom. The echo of the slap stirred the air in the Elven City. Everyone froze in awkward anticipation. Queen of Xana blushed and became furious. She told to cut off Danny's hand and then let him go into the forest. This is how he died. Okay, so he just died. So I guess we shouldn't spank her. Alright, let's say I'll help you. Cuts off his hands. Alright, of course I'll help you. Humans and elves must help each other, Daniel said. Great, you're a very brave man, Daniel. I hope that you will succeed. You and your escort will leave for the order at dawn tomorrow because it's a long journey and it's better not to wander through the forest at night. And today you can stay here in the Liebla. We'll give you a house to spend the night in, Daniel said. Thank you, Daniel bowed slightly. Xana and her suite went back to the tree, which again go to sleep, walk around the city, chat with the locals, look for a tavern. Well, let's look for a beer. Let's look for a tavern. Why is there a fifth option? There's a fifth option. Or should he pee under a tree? Let's go to the tavern. Let's get a drink. Alright. So while walking around the city, I can't believe it said that as a prop. That's pretty funny. While walking around the city, the young man found a beautiful, cozy tavern called Weeping Willow. The elves drank there, as they did everywhere else, but they behaved themselves decently. There weren't many tables or customers inside. Daniel walked over to the bar, behind which was standing an elf of a decent age. Welcome, what would you like? The elf greeted Danny. Greetings, Danny, what should he say? Tell me about yourself, tell me about your tavern, rumors, or go to sleep. Let's go with, tell me about your tavern. Tell me about this tavern, Danny said. It's an old tavern. My father built it. It was named in honor of our city, Theowia. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Which means Weeping Willow in Elvish. In general, there's nothing unusual about it, the man said. Okay, continue. While walking around the city, the young man found a beautiful okay, so that also was an answer. Alright, so tell me about yourself. Tell me about yourself, the young man said. What would you like to know? My name is Chuck. I am 209 years old. As you can see, I manage the tavern by myself. I'm all right, Chuck said contentedly. Okay. All right, that's not the option. So let's try rumors. All right, have you heard any rumors or maybe any concoctions? The young man asked. I've heard different things. Recently, one of our scouts told us that while he was on patrol in the eastern forest, he saw something coming down from the sky directly to the clearing. Was it aliens? I don't know. You tell me. It was some kind of iron thing, and out of it came an unknown creature. The stranger ran to the forest quickly, and the door to this piece of iron closed. Well, and I'm not in the mood to tell you about the werewolf and the vampires. They crowded our forest. Those bastards. Alright, I don't think... Okay, so that wasn't the right choice. So let's go to sleep. Take a nice sleep here at the bar. Thank you. I didn't want to... I don't want anything at the moment. I think I'll go to bed, the young man said, and left the tavern. Okay. The locals took Daniel to a modest house on the outskirts of the city. When he saw a soft bed there, he immediately went to sleep. Next morning, he was awakened by the guards. The birds were chirping softly outside the window. Danny was so sleepy, but he had to get moving. One of Xana's mages had come to accompany him to the order. He was dressed in beautifully colored clothes and he carried a long staff. The long and exhausting road through the forest led them to some unknown destination. Or rather, only the mage knew the way. Daniel would have been lost long ago if he had gone by himself. Suddenly, the mage stopped and started to listen. He raised his hand up, ordering the Danny to freeze. It was very silent in his forest. Daniel was a bit scared. He didn't understand what was going on. There seemed to be no signs of any living beings nearby. What should Daniel do? Okay, so he can draw his sword and go forward, push the mage to the side, stand still and wait. Alright, well with that being said, that's going to be the preview for Swordbreaker Origins. This was released on the Xbox Marketplace on 5/4/2023. It is published by Sometimes You, and it's by Duke Cats Games Studio. Again, currently on Marketplace for $9.99. And today we checked this out on the Xbox Series X. And yeah, you guys, my name is HomieDrew. Can be found at twitch.tv/HomieDrew. Also on YouTube as HomieDrew. Till next time, I'll see you guys later. Stay safe out there and have a good one. This is HomieDrew signing off, and I will catch you later. Until next time, peace.